In the quiet village of Umonica, nestled between lush green hills and a sprawling river, there lived a spirited girl named Amaka. She was admired for her beauty, sharp wit, and courage, but there was one flaw that stood out. Amaka was quick to form judgments and hold grudges. Her life was as vibrant as the bustling market in the village square. Amaka had many friends, but there was one girl she could not stand, Ifeoma. Ifeoma was her neighbor, a quiet, thoughtful girl with an air of mystery. The feud between them had begun years ago, sparked by a simple misunderstanding. One market day, Amaka overheard a group of villagers talking about how Ifeoma's family often performed strange rituals by the riverbank. Rumors soon spread that Ifeoma was envious of Amaka and wished her misfortune. From that day, Amaka viewed every glance from Ifeoma as a curse, every word as a veiled insult. Ifeoma, for her part, stayed silent, seemingly unbothered by Amaka's animosity. This silence only fueled Amaka's suspicions. The river, known as Mmiri Ọchịchị, was as much a giver of life as it was a harbinger of doom. While it provided water for the crops and fish for the villagers, it was also unpredictable, with currents that had claimed more than a few lives. One warm afternoon, Amaka and her friends decided to go to the river to fetch water. The air buzzed with chatter and laughter as they filled their clay pots. The sun danced on the surface of the water, creating ripples of gold and silver. "Be careful, Amaka," her friend Kechi warned. "The river is restless today." Amaka laughed, dismissing her friend's fears. "I am not afraid of Mmiri Ọchịchị. It knows me. It would never harm me." But the river, like fate, cared little for pride. As Amaka leaned over the bank to fill her pot, her foot slipped on the mossy edge. She screamed as she fell into the cold, swirling water. The current was swift and merciless, dragging her downstream as she struggled to stay afloat. Her friends cried out for help, but none dared to jump in. The river's wrath was well known, and none wished to be its next victim. As Amaka fought to keep her head above water, a figure emerged from the bushes. It was Ifeoma. Without hesitation, Ifeoma plunged into the river, her light form cutting through the water like a fish. The villagers who had gathered on the bank watched in awe as Ifeoma swam toward Amaka, her stroke steady and determined. Ifeoma reached Amaka just as her strength was fading. "Hold on to me," she commanded, her voice firm but kind. Amaka, too weak to argue, clung to Ifeoma as she guided them both to safety. The crowd erupted in cheers as the two girls emerged from the water, drenched but alive. Ifeoma helped Amaka to her feet, her eyes searching Amaka's face for signs of injury. "Are you hurt?" Ifeoma asked softly. Amaka stared at her, too stunned to speak. This was the girl she had despised for years, the one she believed wished her harm. And yet, she had risked her life to save her. Back in the village, Amaka sat alone by the fire, her thoughts swirling like the river's current. Ifeoma's bravery had shaken her to the core. For the first time, Amaka questioned her long-held beliefs. The next morning, Amaka knocked on Ifeoma's door. Ifeoma's mother greeted her warmly and led her inside. Ifeoma was grinding millet in the corner, her movements calm and steady. "Ifeoma," Amaka began, her voice trembling. I came to thank you for saving my life, and to ask for your forgiveness." Ifeoma looked up, her eyes bright with surprise. "Forgiveness? For what?" "For believing the worst about you," Amaka confessed. "I thought you hated me, that you wished me harm. But you proved me wrong." Ifeoma smiled gently. "Amaka, I never hated you. I knew you misunderstood me, but I hoped one day you would see the truth. I only wish we didn't need the river to show it to you." The two girls sat together for hours, talking and laughing as if they had been friends all along. The walls of misunderstanding that had divided them crumbled, replaced by a bond forged in trust and gratitude. Word of Amaka and Ifeoma's reconciliation spread through the village. Their story became a lesson for all, to look beyond rumors and prejudices, to seek understanding before passing judgment. Amaka and Ifeoma became inseparable, their friendship stronger than the current of Mmiri Ọchịchị. And whenever they walked by the river, they would smile, remembering the day it brought them together and taught them the value of forgiveness. In the end, the river had not been a harbinger of doom but a vessel of truth, carrying away the lies and fears that had kept them apart. This story highlights themes of humility, forgiveness, and the dangers of making assumptions, woven into a rich cultural setting.